Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, we are here. It's June. I can't believe it. I feel like it was just October yesterday. We started doing the monthly CAP sessions, and now here we are. We've completed our first school year in the program, so that's so wonderful. That's so exciting. So today is going to be our last session before we do our summer break, and we'll return in the fall. But it's kind of a tearjerker because, well, I'm gonna miss you guys over the summer. All right. So everyone sees my screen here. Go ahead and get started. Good old technology. All right. So a couple housekeeping rules. Number one, mute your phones. Remember, even though this is a casual session, you can unmute at any point in time. But if something is going on in your background, we don't all need to hear it unless you want us to, okay? So just make sure that you are muting your phones and also monitoring your backgrounds, because people can walk through at any time, and you may not want that to happen. So just be aware of your surroundings, and I'll do the same because with my little ones running in here, I close the door. Make sure you use the chat feature today. Ms. Dresden is here and she will be monitoring the chat. So if there's anything that comes up in the chat whatsoever, she's gonna make sure that we know, so you're not gonna be forgotten. So feel free to use that, or you can just unmute yourself in order to ask questions. It's totally up to you, okay? But most importantly, enjoy yourself, because we're all here to learn and we're all here to converse and talk about the deals of the day, okay? All right. All right, so as we always do, every month we talk about why we're here. So we have to keep in mind that we start, this is a journey, and we start with the destination in mind. So we can remember what our goal is. Our goal is to successfully travel this CAP journey, this hashtag CAP journey. And in order to do that, well, we, the CAP team members, everybody wave your hands, are here to guide you through the college admissions process. And we're gonna do that like we always do every single month, with fun sessions and mentorship. And the payout is that at the end of the day, you get all those acceptance letters and you have your signing day, and you can choose whichever school that you wanna go to. Okay, and that means something, especially for next year, because I think next year we're going to have our first graduates. So this is a big deal. So we're really looking forward to putting in that additional work in the fall to make sure that our juniors are getting ready for school. Let's see here. All right, so icebreaker. Okay, this is what I need. All right, let me give you guys 60 seconds to go and find a piece of paper, grab something to draw with, be it color pencils, markers, whatever, okay? Because what we're gonna do is we are going to doodle our way through this session. Yes, so what you're gonna do is, while you're listening to me and while I'm talking to you guys about all this really good knowledge today, you are going to be drawn to your heart's desire. And at the end of the session, I'm going to ask to see what you guys drew. So 60 seconds starting now. Go get. You guys must already have your paper, your pens.
And I'm just going to chime in. Does anybody know what this is called on the screen?
30 seconds. Okay.
No, there is a term for this. We spoke about this earlier. Do you remember?
Yeah, but I can't cheat.
I know you can't cheat. It's really for the scholars, and anybody who wasn't on the practice call can guess what this particular thing on the screen is called.
And the letter K is wrong, y'all, because I tried already.
And I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with art therapy.
Therapy, art.
Art therapy.
No, that was my name for it.
Therapy art. Okay.
Yeah.
I dig it.
All right. Okay. Thumbs up. Start drawing.
Does anybody have a guess? You get stop share for this part.
Okay. I gotta find my stop share button. Got it.
Does anybody have a stab at the guess of what that K is called? And the hint was art therapy.
We have to start calling names. We gotta make sure you guys are there. Because I see pictures, but I don't hear anything.
I don't see video. Taylor, do you want to take a guess? Elena, do you want to take a guess? No, everybody's shy. Darnell,
is it an acronym?
No, it's not an acronym.
Okay.
Good try though.
Yeah, thank you for trying. And I love your hair, by the way. I haven't seen you in forever.
Thank you. I can turn my video on or
Christina, do you have a guess?
Christina's the one who asked if it was
yeah, acronym.
Okay. I didn't hear her guess. So we want to welcome the fabulous Marie Kersey Brown, who's one of our team members. Daniela, do you have a guess?
I know what it is. I just don't know the name.
Okay. Darnell, do you have a guess?
I honestly have no idea.
Sanaya, is your name Sanaya? Do you have a guess? She doesn't have audio. I see. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's called a Zentangle.
A Zentangle?
Yes.
Like tangle like a knot?
No, like a rectangle.
Oh, okay.
It's a Zentangle. So it's Zen. It's relaxing. It's therapeutic when you draw. It's an art therapy term.
Okay. So just keep in mind, guys, you do not have to draw the letter K. This is just an example of just a doodle or a Zentangle. Okay, but you can draw whatever you want. You can draw people, you can draw places, you can draw the whole box thing when you make it 3D and color in all the sides. I don't care. I just want to see what you have at the end. Okay, all right. Let me go ahead and share again. All right, so our agenda for today, today we're talking about leadership. And so we're going to do two separate things. We're going to talk about leadership in you and how to harvest that leadership. But then we're also going to put into some action to finding you guys some things that you can do over the summertime to work on your leadership skills. Okay, so we're actually going to put in that work today. Additionally, we are going to shine a light on the HBCU of the month, which is the University of the District of Columbia. So today is going to be a fun day, and of course, in the middle of our session, throughout our session, there's going to be some trivia. So stay engaged, okay? And as far as our team goes, today's team, who is going to be actually working today, not just all of the team members that are here, but we will have Miss Sharon here to talk a little bit about leadership as well and to give you guys some final remarks. Miss Danielle is our gatekeeper today, opening the door and letting you out. And then I will be doing all the talking. Miss Kiana and Miss Dresden is going to be moderating the chats. Okay? All right. All right, so let's get into a little bit of trivia. All right, it's gonna take some engagement, so start unmuting your phones. Do you know who these teams are at all? And even if you unmute, just to say no.
No.
Do you know who they are?
No.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, Cool. Well, let me give you the deets. These are actually a couple of the Time magazine's 25 most influential teens of 2018. Okay, so these teenagers are recognized because they take leadership and put it on the next level, and they're using their talents to provide a service, or they are inspirational to other people. So they got picked by Time magazine to represent as the most influential teens of 2018. The list for 2019, I think, probably got halted due to COVID, but I'm pretty sure they're going to put that out some point soon. Okay, they always have these lists going on. So, so we're going to share a couple of these throughout the session, and you might see some familiar faces yourself, because I kind of threw in some as well. All right. So let's go ahead and let's try our first one. I'm going to put this face up here, and I want to know, do you know who this teen is? And I'm going to give you a second to chime in, say yes, no. Oh, I know who she is. Does anyone know who this teen is? Okay, I'll give you a hint. This person is an entrepreneur, okay? She created the Brow Boost company. And she did that because she has very full eyebrows, and she was being bullied for it at school. So she did this crazy thing and tried to cut them off, which landed her in the hospital. It wasn't the best move. It wasn't the best idea, but I guess everything happens for a reason. So she tries to cut them off, and she ends up with all these scars. So she goes back to school and she gets bullied again. Oh, she gets bullied with eyebrows, and she gets bullied without eyebrows. So she decided, well, look, I'm just gonna try to grow them back, but it was a little hard for her to grow them back, because I don't know if you know, but eyebrows don't grow like as fast as everything else does. So she got in her kitchen and she made a formula, and now she sells it, okay? And so she is actually listed on that list of most influential teens by Time magazine. Her name is Tania Speaks, and she's only 17 years old. All right. So today's College of the Month, HBCU of the Month, is the University of the District of Columbia, and here is a viewpoint of a part of their campus. The University of the District of Columbia is located in Washington, D.C., and for short, when people talk about the school, they just say UDC. That's the name of the school. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a video about UDC.
I came to UDC because I knew that I could get a really good education, but I wouldn't be in debt for the next 40 years of my life.
You have professors that stay late to help you, and they really encourage you to get out there.
Affordability is why I came here, but it turns out that what I'm getting is way more than what I'm putting in.
I fell in love with UDC because the people here are awesome. We have MIT and Harvard trained professors here. One of my teachers actually worked at Columbia University's counseling center. So the teachers here are the same caliber that you're getting everywhere else.
I do enjoy the quality of the academics here offered at UDC because of the interpersonal relationships that you get to build amongst your peers, the faculty and the staff.
The business school is just not offering classes. They offer you a plan for your future. Today, I am a student at UDC and the CEO of my own company.
not your typical HBCU. We have a lot of different populations and international students and students such as me.
We all have one thing in common, is our persistence. I found that UDC is offering me the right things that I needed to become successful.
Without the public university for the district, the notion of an equitable community that is a model for the nation is really going to be difficult to achieve for this reason. You cannot walk the pathway to the middle class and achieve that goal unless you have a bachelor's degree. And that degree has to be affordable, accessible, and attainable. And it has to be a public institution of higher learning. And there's only one public institution of higher learning in the district, and that is the University of the District of Columbia.
I call on UDC, the business community, and the leaders on this stage to affirm a path to UDC's ascendance as a first choice 2-year and 4-year institution for DC's best and brightest.
All right. Okay. So that was an intro video for the UDC. And just want to give you guys a couple notes about UDC. UDC was established in 1851, and today it is the only public university in Washington, D.C. There are a lot of universities in Washington, D.C. There's Howard University, there's American University, George Washington, Georgetown, you name it. There's a lot of schools in Washington, D.C., but UDC is the only one that is public. But why is it an HBCU? What makes it an HBCU? Well, UDC was created back in the early 1800s as a school for Black girls. And it was just specifically so that they could get a chance, okay, and level up. So that's why it is historically a historically Black college or university. Ranked between 129 and 170 in regional universities north. Number 12 in top performers on social mobility, number 29 in historically Black colleges and universities. Now, in order to attend the university, UDC, all you need is to have a 2.5 GPA, an 800 on your SAT, and a 16 ACT. The tuition for you guys being out of state, because there's differences, they have a tuition rate for in-state and they have one for out of state. But for you guys, it would be roughly $8,000, a little over $8,000 to attend the school. And they have a variety of schools. One of the cool things about UDC is that they do have within their university a 2-year community college. Okay, so they have everything from the community college to the College of Arts and Sciences, engineering, business, agriculture, urban sustainability, and environmental sciences, and then they have a school of law, and then they have certificate programs all the way up to PhD. So they have a vast range of offerings to offer you if you are interested in going to Washington, D.C. for your studies. And then another cool thing is if you apply for UDC and you do not make the requirements to get into the 4-year university, they will accept you automatically to their community college so that you can take your prerequisites, work, and then next thing you know, you'll be actually admitted. So in a sense, they don't leave anyone behind if you're eager and thirsty for knowledge. And that's what I think is cool about UDC. Their motto is aspire, accomplish, take on the world. And from their alumni, it seems as though they really do so. They're called the Firebirds, and I'm proud of UDC, very proud. I wish we had someone who attended UDC to be with us today to share some more knowledge, but hopefully I did justice. Are there any questions about UDC?
You may want to stop sharing your screen and make it easier to see if there's anybody like kind of looking like they have a question.
That's okay. We have Dresden. If she notices anyone, then she'll bring it to your attention.
Okay.
Okay. All right. All right, let's move on because we do have a lot of things we want to jam pack into this 1 hour. So Let me go ahead and let's see. Do you know who this teen is? Anyone? Have you recognized him, or have you seen him before? Do you feel like you've seen him?
I've seen him before, but I don't remember his name.
Right. I felt the same way when I saw. All right. Well, let me give you guys a hint before I reveal who this person is. This person is a cello prodigy, also known as #Cello Bay. Famously played the cello at the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Now it might remind people, or it might spark some things. That's where I remember seeing him. I was watching him on so, and I was like, oh my God, he plays so beautifully. Who is this person? Yes, I had no idea that he was only a teenager. But he was doing things before that wedding that really put him into millions and millions of living rooms. He won an award from BBC as the first Black musician to win Top Performer of the Year award. And that was before the wedding even happened. So who is he? He is Sheku Kenneth Mason, and he is only 19 years old. Pretty cool, huh? All right. How are those drawings coming along? I don't want to see them yet, but I can't wait to see. All right, let's see here. Just looking at my phone. Wonderful. Okay. All right. So Ms. Sharon's going to be joining us soon because I definitely want her to chime in on this next section. The topic of the day is about leadership. And before we get into our activity, I really want to talk about how you can hone in your own leadership or develop your leadership skills for life. I know for a fact that when I'm recruiting for my company and I look at resumes, I'm not just looking for the experience that you had and what you did before. I'm actually looking to see what groups you've been in, what clubs you are in, and what leadership skills that you can display, not only as someone who might lead a club or someone who's just a member of the club doing the work. Okay, so if I know I do that at work, I also know that colleges value applicants who can demonstrate leadership as well. So as many of you who are going to be our first graduates next year are starting to work on your college applications and thinking about what schools you want to go to, right now is the time to think about what clubs you've been in, what organizations you're a part of, and how you've demonstrated leadership in your community so that you can add that to the application to give you a heads up or a head, to make you heads above the competition so that you can actually get into the school of your choice. So this is a really, really big deal. And I think it's really important that, we are, that we're gonna work on this part and really deeply work on it today, okay? All right. Miss Danielle, do you see Miss Sharon coming in yet?
No, she's still on the other event with the sorority president.
She's just sent a text that says she can't get in. Can you send her, or can someone send her the link or something?
Okay.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I wanna go around the horn real quick and I wanna ask you guys, so start preparing your answers and thinking about it. I really wanna know, let me go ahead and stop sharing. How do you distinguish yourself? What makes you a leader? What qualities do you think that you have that make you a leader? Or you can display your leadership skills? So you can just go ahead and volunteer to go first, or we can pick you. I'll start. I feel like I can be a natural leader because I feel like I'm a people person and I feel like I do a really good job at bringing people together. I consider myself to be energetic, and I think energy attracts. And I think that's a fundamental trait in being a leader. Who wants to go next? Hi, Ms. Sharon.
Hi.
So we're just going around asking everyone what makes them a leader. Who's next?
Okay.
Taylor, I know you're itching. Taylor is itching to share. I can see.
So yeah, this year I'm going to be a senior, and I just got chosen to be on my school senior leadership program.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you've clearly been displaying leadership traits that somebody's picked up and noticed. Excellent. What do you think some of those traits are? What is it about you?
Like I'm open. I can listen to people. I can help them in situations. I'm a role model to some of the younger students in the school and stuff like that. Yes.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Who's next? Dresden, don't go ahead and call on people.
Go ahead, Darnell.
All right. So you were just asking like what leadership trait I have, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, just like in general, I just think I'm a leader, and I think I've developed that by having like, I'm the oldest sibling, so I think I've just picked that up. And through sports and everything, it just carries on. And basically, yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
No problem.
Elena.
So, I kind of just have like a really big personality, and that kind of just like draws people to me, kind of. So like it's kind of easy for me to just like take charge in situations and whatnot. So
I like that. One thing that I hear, don't be afraid to talk that talk. If you know you have it in you, don't be afraid to talk it, okay? So when you say you kind of feel like, no, I clearly attract people, you know, I bring people to the table, you know, so talk that talk, because that is how you display you personally being that leader. Who else?
Daniela.
I guess I'm a leader in a way because I like doing things a certain way. And when it comes to doing like group projects and stuff, I'd rather tell people what to do because I don't want to see them mess up and do it incorrectly.
Very nice. Very nice. I like that. Who's next?
Chima.
I definitely think I'm a leader in like the way that I see that like my siblings, like they look towards me like in like tough situations. I don't know. I really like strive in those, I think. Also, I'm like probably one of the smartest out of the three of us. Yeah.
Good. Good.
Let's see, Christina.
I'm the publicist at my school, Spanish National Honor Society, so I kind of have a leadership position with that. And I'm at the end of summer, I'm gonna join Phi Theta Kappa or something like that. I forgot the name of it, but I also go to Rowan. Like I'm a dual high school and college student, so at Rowan, I'm joining that organization, and it's a leadership organization, so I can learn more leadership skills.
That's impressive. Very impressive.
Thank you.
And we have Sanaya. I believe Sanaya's audio is not connected.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this 1-minute video and kind of let you see what leadership can look like no matter who or what you are. Look, it doesn't matter who or what you are. You can display leadership, especially in a situation where you know that you need to lead everyone to safety, or just to the end of a project, or to throughout your strategy, or at work, at play. It does not matter. If you're a cheerleader, if you are a football player, you can be a leader. And I encourage you all to listen to some of these ways that you can go about raising the bar of your leadership, okay? So first things first, in order to be a leader, first you need to get some experience, okay? It's great that we have big dreams and big goals and we want to run this or do that, but the best leaders are the ones that know how to follow as well, okay? So you gotta get in and you actually have to learn how to work in the group and learn the goings on of the group and the rules and regulations in order to really truly be able to lead that group, okay? So first you need to get involved and you need to demonstrate the passion and the interest for whatever that group or organization is. Then you want to make sure that, like I said, you learn how the club functions and recognize the goals of the organization, because a true leader is able to make sure that you are working through the functions correctly, but in order to get to that main goal. Am I saying that right, Ms. Sharon? Because I really wanted you to be here for this part, because you are our leader in our organization, and it's only right that you share a little bit about all of the points that we're going to touch on today.
Okay, yes, you are hitting the right points, and I can appreciate all the answers that everyone did give earlier about their experiences as being leaders. I especially like the one where they mentioned they're the oldest. Because I had to learn from my sister, who was the oldest and I'm the middle child, who was my leader. And she is someone that I've admired throughout my life and who I've followed, you know. And I mean, I do my own thing, but I have admired everything that she's done in her life, where she has led me. Of course, my parents led me as well, but she's more direct, closer to my age, and it was something I could appreciate. But one of the things that leaders must have is patience. The video showed how when situations happen, how we have to keep it all together. That's one big thing. And right now, one of the biggest challenges that I've been faced with right now this year has been COVID, and trying to use resources and creativity to keep the operations of our chapter moving. But I have to say that we have a great amount of creativity that's amongst us, and a lot of our members have chipped in and have embraced this virtual platform that we've had to start to use. So you have to continue to be creative, because you want to engage everybody. It can't just be about what this person might like versus what this person might like. You have to remember, it's everybody. It's a collaboration of everybody in the organization.
So before you touch on that, because it sounds like you're talking about being a people person, we're going to get to that. But one of the other things that you said was about keeping it together, right? And your disposition. So another way that you can really level up on your leadership is making sure that you can maintain good humor and optimism, okay? Because the craziest things will happen, and you have to, like our president right now is doing, you have to be able to laugh at it. You can't take things too seriously, but still understand your role as being a leader, because you got to be optimistic, right? Because you don't want everyone saying, oh my God, the sky is falling and everything is over. You have to be that leader that can keep people up. So I just want to put these points up here. You know, it's inevitable that we're going to encounter trials and tribulations in our lives. But what separates a good leader from a bad one is how they handle it. Absolutely. COVID happened. We have meetings together once a month, all of us together, but we still have to keep the business moving. So Ms. Sharon has to figure out a way for us to still be able to meet and keep a smile on her face. So, you know, that's a sign of a good leader from a bad leader. And also strong leaders. You know, you want to be a strong leader, someone who doesn't get your feathers ruffled too quick, okay, or dissolve into a puddle of negativity. Something happens, you have to be able to keep a good disposition about yourself, okay? You know, and another thing Ms. Sharon said that was key to this point here is she didn't just mention herself, because to be a good leader, you also have to be humble, right? She mentioned her teammates. She mentioned the members of the organization and said, you know, she rallied up troops and brought out their creativity in order to help us get through this different time period, right? So, you know, you've got to be able to bring other people up with you, and you got to be able to prove yourself to be dependable and can demonstrate that yes, you're strong enough to move through any obstacle whatsoever, and be able to convince people that, you know what, you can do it too. Okay, that is a measure of a good leader. Another thing is accountability. To be a good leader, you gotta know how to learn from your mistakes. Okay, you have to be able to say, look, I did it wrong, but I'll do it right. Okay, because everybody's gonna make mistakes. That's going to happen. Okay, but it's about how you come back from that. You know, you don't shy away from the fact that you made a mistake. You don't try to sweep it under the rug and act like it never happened. You want to take accountability for it, okay? So own up to your mistakes, because those are lessons. Your L's become your wins. Your L's literally become your lessons to become your wins. So that is another key point about being a leader, right, Ms. Sharon?
Yes, I have to agree with accountability. Even if you feel like you're right, you're wrong. You just have to just know that you're wrong.
That's,
you know, because I'm sorry.
That's being humble. And
yes, that's being humble. And you just listen, and you have to be a good listener.
Yeah.
And Ms. Kiana hit all the great points. And like I said, accountability is very, very important.
And what
you make
about
mistakes?
confidence?
You come back. I'm sorry. You make mistakes. Mistakes are tools of learning.
Yeah.
And you just do better the next time.
And the confidence.
Mm-hmm. Oh God, yes.
Right? Confidence. Confidence is a big one. You know, a lot of you, actually, just about all of you guys, you know, when you were talking about how you're a leader, you kept saying, I think, I believe, I know. Okay,
exactly.
So talk that talk and be who you are, because it's only one you. Okay, and make sure that you are confident about who you are and what you bring to the people. Okay, when people are looking for who is their next leader, they're looking for the one in the room who's going to be the confident one. Who can stand that. Okay, so I mean, think about it. Would you want to take orders from someone who ends every statement with a question? No, we don't, because we don't want to know we want to know that you have the confidence in yourself and you're not questioning every move that you make. Okay? All right. And also staring at your feet. You want to look at people in the eye when you talk to them. That's a sign of a good leader. Hold your back, hold your shoulders back, stand up tall. Look people straight in the eye when you talk to them. Don't look at their feet, because you don't want to come across like you're not confident.
That's true.
All right. And so I'm going to keep going, but then I'm going to stop and I'm going to ask you guys, you know, what you think, or if there's anything that you want to offer about any experiences that you've had as you're working on being the leaders that you are. All right. Another thing about being a leader, and this really ties into joining the clubs and organizations that you're going to need to put onto your college applications and your resumes, is you want to consider your strength. You want to think about what you're good at before you actually go out for the job. Okay, so if you're not a public speaker, don't try to be the president of the debate team, okay? Like, you know your ministry, you own your ministry, okay? Me personally, I was talking to Miss Sharon and Miss Danielle earlier, and I'm like, I'm a good speaker. I can speak publicly, but I'm not really great at doing the work that it takes to run the CAP program. And that's just me being honest, which is a sign of being a leader, right? But I know someone who is, and that's Miss Danielle. Miss Danielle makes sure all of this stuff happens, okay? Make sure that the lights are on, all right? And that is a sign of leadership. So we all have our ways of leading. So you make sure that you recognize that within you, and then you actually go for those jobs that will make you shine as a true leader, okay? And then talking about this next point here, it says it doesn't matter if a club is the largest or the most popular or an organization that you think might attract attention from colleges. There's just no sense in climbing the ranks if you're miserable. So you have to do something that you're passionate about and something that you believe in. So instead, just focus on those activities and those topics that you're passionate about, okay? Because your enthusiasm and your sincerity is going to shine through, all right? And then being a people person. I think two of you actually mentioned being a people person. So we're going to talk about this point last. And I know, Ms. Sharon, that you have some really key points to this one too. Having good, what we call interpersonal skills is going to make you a solid leader, okay? So someone said they're a great listener and a great communicator. And I just beamed when I heard that, because I was like, that's how you know that you're on the right track to be.
That's right.
Having those skills. Being open to other people's ideas and treating people how you would in turn want to be treated. That's how you know you're on the right track to be a leader. And helping to run a club is a fantastic way to challenge yourself and anchor yourself within your community. Now, notice I said helping to run a club. You don't have to be the head honcho, okay? You can be a stellar member, okay? That is just really bringing your creative thoughts and all of your skills to the table to really make your club build up like Transformers and like really be the best club that's out there. All right, so just think about that. So no matter if you are getting a new job this summer, or you're taking a class, or you're in an organization, really think about what you bring to the table and how you can level up your own leadership. Ms. Sharon?
All these are great. You definitely have to be a great communicator. You definitely, interpersonal skills, you can't exclude anybody. You have to remember, you have to bring in everybody, and everybody's opinion and creativity, whatever it may be, does count, and you should listen to each and everybody. And one other thing I did want to add that I should have said early on, a leader should always have a vision and a purpose. Vision and a purpose.
I love it. I'm going to end this session here, this section of our session here, with this video here. It's about 2 minutes long. Just sit back and really think about what you're reading, because this is a lot of reading, okay? All right. So before we move on, you know who this teen is? Oh, wait. Does anyone know who this teen is? Well, let me give you some hints. This teen was inducted into the National Honor Society, and this team has been chosen for all Group 2 South Jersey Basketball Conference. Who is this team? Take yourself off mute and tell me who this team is. This team is a leader, okay? This team is our very own Taylor Henson, all right? Leaders. Leaders. All right, how's that drawing coming? Okay, keep it going. You guys are very quiet today. On our last one, how can you be so quiet?
I know.
All right, so activity. All right, so if you remember last month, we talked about what your plans were for the summer and what you can do to keep yourself busy, especially in this time, COVID and everything that's going on. So we talked about reading. We talked about learning new hobbies. We talked about maybe taking some classes or finding an internship or a job. All right, so I thought, okay, well, this month we're talking about leadership. I'm gonna actually apply some of these things to help you guys right now. So we're just gonna focus on the two, taking an online class and virtual internships, okay? So I'm gonna give you some resources now, and I'm also gonna email these resources to you guys later, all right? So in talking about taking an online class, community colleges, university programs to get ahead and find a new interest, here's a really good resource. It's called the Khan Academy. And they have free classes that that'll help you get ahead for the summer or prep for SAT. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and click this link here and let me know if you guys can see it. I think, give me 1 second. I have 2 screens. Here it goes.
I think you need to stop sharing this screen and share it. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I just had to move it over. Okay. So I don't think I used the right browser. Give me 1 second. This browser is so much better. Okay, so this is Khan Academy, and basically you can go on here and they have an intro video that you can watch right there, but you go on here and they talk a lot about who they are, but at the end of the day, you can click to join the academy, and it's free as a learner, and they have classes and all kinds of things that you can use for the summer. It's nonprofit, so they're not charging you anything, and they're not trying to get anything out of it. They're just trying to help, and they have lots of courses that they can offer you, okay? So if either you need more help in any of the classes that you took last year, or you know you're taking a class in the fall and you want to try to get ahead and try and get a head start on it, I very much encourage you to come to this website and look at some of these classes and register for it, because like I said, it's free. And I think that a lot of these are free because of COVID right now. So take advantage of these opportunities because they're not always going to be available for you. Here's another one. This is called edX, and I think it's going to do the same thing. So, oh no, it showed. Okay. So you really have to watch the browsers that you're using, guys, because sometimes it shows well on the screen and sometimes it doesn't, but this one looks like it's showing well. So edX is pretty cool because it has a lot of classes from 140 institutions, okay? So like some of the schools that you see here, they'll have free classes that you can literally go in, sign up for, and you can take, okay? That's insane. And sometimes I wish I was back in high school so I could take advantage of this stuff too. So I definitely encourage you to take a look here because there's some things that you can do over the summertime so that you're not totally bored and you're taking advantage, full advantage of your summer. All right, and here's another one. I thought this was pretty cool. It's the Code Academy. I don't know how to code, but I might take some classes because I want to learn. So going to the Code Academy, they also have, let's see the browser thing. So they also have, well, that's weird because it worked before. I'll send you the link and you can try it, and you will see that they've got classes in coding and they're free classes. So if you've ever been interested, don't know if it's for you, why not try it, okay? There's a Seton Hall one here, and I'm gonna show it to you on the next slide. We're running short on time right now, so I'm gonna try to move the stuff through. Internships. I went ahead and I listed 3 internships on here for you. I'm just gonna click on one just because of the amount of time that we have. And so you click on this link here, and already it sends you to the high school internships for New Jersey. You can scroll down, and if you see anything on here that looks cool and you might want to try it out, all you have to click on is see more, and then they will share all the information that you need to apply for said internships. Okay, so we have provided you with all these links here for you to try out. So I'll be sending these to you. Okay. So this is another resource that you're going to get in your email, in the follow-up email after today. Seton Hall University is hosting summer online classes, and these here I think are key, especially to you guys as you're approaching your junior year and some of you approaching your senior year. They have free SAT prep classes this summer for language, reading and writing, and math as well. They also have a class for college essays and applications. So by the time you're done with that college essay and application, they assure you that you'll have your essay written so that all you have to do is apply. I mean, that's great. That is an awesome resource. So take advantage of that. I'm going to send it to you. You have to submit your applications now because it's first come, first serve. But this is the good one. This is a good one. Okay. Do you guys know who this teen is? This team started 1,000 Black Girl Books, hashtag 1,000 Black Girl Books. She actually was rooting for 1,000, but she ended up distributing over 11,000 books. And it all stemmed from the fact that in her school, the books that they had in the library, there was never a Black female lead or a Black female protagonist is what you call it, right? So she did her due diligence and found a whole bunch of books that people can relate to and started sending them to the schools in her area. This young princess is Marlee Dias, and she is only 13 years old. So if there's anything that you guys have seen today, it's about leadership, and not just the adults showing you guys leadership, but the fact that your peers are showing you how you can be a leader in your community and anywhere else, because it's going to set you up for nothing but success. When you are applying to college and you're showing that you're a part of these organizations and that you've been a leader in it, that's setting you up for success. It's setting you up for success so that you can get accepted to these schools that you want to go to. All right, so what I'm going to do now is that it's 2:01, and I thank you guys for sticking with us, but I'm just going to keep moving forward because we probably have about 5 more minutes of content. So if you could just bear with us and stay real quick, that would be great. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to take the, you should open your video because I want to see your doodles. I want to see if anybody has drawn anything. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing, and I'm looking to see what you drew. What we got there? Christina, what is it?
Yeah, Christina.
Is that a teddy bear?
She got to turn it upside down.
Yeah. Okay, I like it. Very nice, very nice. Anyone else draw anything? I'm looking. Okay, Elena drew.
Oh, I like that.
I like it. Okay, Taylor, what's that? What you got?
My name.
I
Okay,
like it.
that's nice.
I doodle. I draw my name too. Anyone else?
Darnell.
Darnell, what you have?
I just drew like from what I was thinking and what you were saying. So like I drew eyes right here and like with the eyebrows or whatever like that. I drew a sun for summer. And just UDC and like people being together and being a leader and stuff like that.
I like it. That's cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks for participating in that icebreaker. It was
Hey, excuse me. Can I just get Elena to unmute herself and show her her drawing again so I can just get a good picture on the screen?
It's my lamp.
Yeah, can you just say what it is loudly so I could just pick you up on the screen because I'm seeing Kiana right now.
Oh.
It's my lamp. It's the lamp that's literally right across from me. So I just drew it. And yeah. Yeah.
Did you get her?
Yeah, I got it. So then the next person I need is Christina. If she could just speak on her, unmute herself and speak on it so I could just get it on the screen.
Oh, I just drew a teddy bear.
Okay, I got it. Was there another person? So I already got Darnell.
Did you get Taylor's? She wrote.
I didn't get Taylor. Taylor, unmute yourself. Just talk about it so I can just get it on the screen.
I just did my name and a basketball heart and my number.
Nice.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. All right, let me, there we go. Okay. Boom. All right, so I just want to let you guys know that these are all my drawings.
Nice.
I wish I could draw this well.
I like the K.
Yeah, K for all right, so we all know where we are right now with our CAP checklist because it's the same checklist that we had last month. At this point in time, you should either know or plan to take the SAT or the ATT or know when you're going to do so. You should be thinking about what colleges you want to go to and think about scheduling a visit, maybe over the summer if they allow you to, or just do those virtual tours like we did in our sessions. If you haven't completed your resume, complete it. And if you have completed it, the jobs that you get this summer or the things that you do or the accomplishments that you did this year at school, update your resume with those because those are your receipts and that's how you show what a winner you are, okay? And then apply for scholarships and grants. I have a couple that I'm gonna be sending to you via email afterwards, so please get your emails and look at them and apply for them and get your money, okay? And this is also a great time still, while teachers still like you, to give you recommendation letters. So ask them for those recommendation letters, okay? And it's so sad that we've come to the end of this school year, but we'll be back. We will be back in the fall, and we are planning on leveling up ourselves and upgrading the format of the CAP program, so it's gonna be even more insane than it is right now. It's going to be so much fun. We have so many plans. These are some of the topics and the activities that we're planning on doing. And one that I want to call out is really actually two of them. We're going to do a how did you get there career film. So we're going to have people come in with jobs that you asked for and to talk about how they went from A to B in order to get there. That's a big deal, right? You need to know what the blueprint is so that you can actually do it and make it better. And then another one is we're gonna do a lot of what to expect when you're planning to go to college. Okay, so we're gonna have a lot of topics around things that you have no idea, like when it comes to getting ready for college. Everything from that dorm room to that freshman 15 to how to interact with your professors and your advisors. It's gonna be so much stuff jam-packed into next year. And I cannot wait to see all of you guys. Our first session is going to be September. Stay tuned for details. You guys are our VIPs, our core team, and we're going to make sure that we email you guys. And we're also recruiting for more scholars. So if you know friends who could benefit from this, send them our way, because we're not hurting you, we're just helping. Okay. So with that said, I really want our leader to give you guys a word as we go our separate ways. Sharon?
Thank you, Ms. Kiana. I just want to thank all of you for joining our last #CAP program for this quarter. We will resume, as Ms. Kiana mentioned, in September, again, with more information to assist you with your college admissions process. And we hope that you've learned some valuable information while you have been with us these past 2 quarters. So we hope that you're jotting down the information and you will use a lot of this information and stay engaged over the summer in doing things, okay? I do have a special thank you to Ms. Kiana and Ms. Danielle for all of their hard work, along with the committee, in seeing that we do our signature program and do it with success. And it has been a success. So one of the challenges that I do want to leave you today with, when we return in September, I want each and every one of you to invite a friend, okay? Just invite a friend. You never know what might happen when you invite that friend. So that's what I'm going to leave you with. Ms. Sharon's going to leave you with that. Just invite a friend, okay? The other thing I want you to do is try to go on our social media page from time to time and look for some things that we might be doing over the summer for this program. We might have a little gathering or something. So just look for that over the summer. And one of the other things I want you to do, I want you to be safe this summer as we're going through COVID, because we still are in a pandemic. Although our governor has lifted some of the restrictions and a lot of us want to go out and have fun with our friends, just remember you have to be safe, okay? You have to be safe at all times. Also, I want you to enjoy your summer, okay? But be safe while you're enjoying it. And that's all that Ms. Sharon has for you. I'm going to turn it back over to Ms. Kiana.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your leadership, and thank you for allowing us to be able to have this platform to be able to share with all of our scholars. Because without you, we wouldn't be able to do this. So I
that's so sweet.
That's a true leader, guys. That's a true leader. I'm going to allow Miss Danielle, because she never says anything other than iPhone 472. What's your name? So can you please share some words with us, Miss Danielle?
Okay. I just want to thank everybody for coming. Don't mind my son behind me. I want to share some of my social media pages.
Are you almost done with your meeting?
Yes, I'm almost done. Facebook.com/Theta Pi Omega. And we are also on Instagram. So that's Instagram.com/Theta Pi Omega _ AKAs. I'll also put that in the chat. I just want to encourage everybody just to have a great summer. Take some of the information that Ms. Kiana and Ms. Sharon has imparted in you and use it wisely. I want you to use your time wisely. I want you to remember to get some rest. Remember to stay connected to your support system. Remember that we are here for you. And we just thank you so much for participating, and just look forward to seeing you all in the fall. I'm looking forward to the break, and I hope you are too.
Is there anyone else from our CAP team who would like to say some words before we
You two were outstanding leaders. I meant to say that too.
Thank you.
Outstanding.
All right, cool. Look, I'm horrible at goodbyes, so I'll see y'all later, 2 months, and we'll be back, and we'll see all your faces, and I cannot wait. This is going to be so cool. And I really, really hope that when we do come back, that we're back at school and we're back in our offices. That would be nice. because I want to see all you guys. I want to be able to have some outings and stuff. So have a wonderful day, and thank you for joining.